Hi everyone, Ariel with Arielpaints. It's a brand new year and that means brand new videos. Today is going to be a face painting brush review. These brushes are available on Amazon. They're very, very affordable. So I'm going to unbox them here with you today. We're going to test them all out and I'm going to let you know what I think. They did send me these brushes and also offered a coupon code to my followers. So I'm really hopeful that these are nice. The variety is really good. And like I said, the price point's amazing. One of the number one questions I get under all of my videos are about brushes. Where do I buy brushes? What brush is that? Where do I find brushes? A lot of my brush collection is very old and you can't get a lot of the brushes or they're not available. So I'm really hopeful. So let's try these out in real time and I will review them for you. So stick around, I'm going to change camera angles and we're going to do some painting and some testing. All right, let's get these open. I have not tried them yet. So they come in individual sleeves. So far, I will say it's nice that they have the plastic protectors. I've been sent brushes by other companies who want me to review them, and their brushes, by the time they get to me, are already bent and warped because they don't have this. So this is kind of a big deal. And that company who sent me those, I told them I couldn't review their product because they were bent, and I don't see purpose in posting just a bad review for you guys. So I just passed and told them no thank you. So that's a good sign. I'm gonna get all of these open and then we're just gonna try them out and go through them all, paint with them, see how they work. Okay, first impression, since I have used a lot of brushes in my day, is I'm very, very hopeful. So they definitely have a stiff texture to them. A lot of new brushes have that sealed feeling and then you have to kind of pop it and almost crack it to loosen it up. So let's do that. So hear that? It's always kind of fun to do the first time. The texture feels about right for face painting brushes. You want some give, but you want them to be hard. The other thing that's exciting, if I like these, is the variety here is really good. Like there's a really nice sized filbert. I use this size filbert all the time in my kit, just in an old like acrylic brush. So that's exciting. There's this adorable little tiny petal brush. Now they all have that kind of seal almost on them, so you're just gonna have to kind of bust them open or bust the bristles apart so that you get the give. This is a great size. This is a good size too. This is like a 1/2 inch. They are numbered, but not in the traditional way. Like this says number 8 and it looks like a 1/2 inch flat, which is fine, but just keep that in mind. This one's intriguing to me because this is a angle and it says number 8 too. I'm just going to keep kind of loosening these bristles up and talking about them. This reminds me of the Marcella Bustamante brush that I really love, so very curious to try this one. There is a small liner brush. This one looks just like the tiniest bit frayed. So we'll definitely have to just get that wet and paint with it. Sometimes the small rounds tend to have little like frayed bristles more than others, but it just depends. Sometimes when you get them wet, they just clench back up or like get back into shape and it's not a problem. This looks like a nice large petal brush. So be curious to try that one out, but it's definitely really stiff. So I need to just move those bristles around so that feels better. This says it's a number 6, but this looks like a medium-sized petal brush. So that'll be interesting to try. And then this is a Flora brush, number 4. So this I think I said was a petal brush, but there's really two Flora brushes in here, a mini and a regular size, and that says a number 4. Definitely when you get these, they are stiff. So you're gonna have to break that almost like factory seal on them. And then this says it's a number 4. This looks like a traditional small round. So, all right, so now that we've broken that original seal, let's give them a shot. All right, so I've got my brush and water loaded up. Feels pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and just do a flower design, and then we can build upon it and try to use up all of the brushes. It's not bad. Pretty smooth. And get a little bit more paint. This definitely is more of a 1 inch than a 3/4. Hold on, let me grab a 3/4 inch. So here's a 3/4 from the face painting shop. This is definitely a 1 inch flat, which is fine, but 1 inch flats can be a little bit big on the face. So just want to keep that in mind. So my outside petal's not picking up that white very well. I don't know if that's the brush or my cake or what. So I just dipped the corner of this in water, and I'm gonna go back in and try to pick up some white and see if it's me just not loading my brush well or what. So let's try that again. Try it on this side. Yeah, that's better. I wasn't loading my brush very well, but that's nice. That's a good clean, yeah, I got no complaints there. I also haven't painted at all since New Year's, so it's been a couple weeks. But so far so good. Let's try some different brushes. I'm gonna keep going with the flats. This is the one I really want to try. So it can also help to loosen up your brushes is when you get them in water the first time, really drag them against the edge of whatever container you're using, and it just helps loosen up those brushes. Let's go ahead. And do a little leaf shape. That's nice. It feels a little dry, like they're dragging just a little bit. So I think the bristles are a bit stiff. Where's my... Yeah, if I feel them in comparison to like the face painting shop really high-end brush that are quite expensive, they're just a little bit drier, not as soft. And that's okay, but there's a little bit of a margin of correction where you have to do just a little bit more water when you have a drier brush. But so far, pretty good. You can draw nicely with it. So that's nice. I'll try one more thing with this. These small angle brushes, I do like to kind of drag and drop. That looks pretty nice. And then I also like to use them for butterfly wings. Yeah, that's actually really nice. It cuts really well. So definitely need to correct if you're used to using a softer brush and just a little bit more water and really work that paint in. But yeah, pretty good. I mean, these would be, so far, I'm gonna say it's a really good beginner brush set, or if you just need some extra brushes in your kit, because they're just a really affordable, really lightweight, seems sturdy. This is actually solid plastic, so they're not going to chip, which is something I pay attention to. So far so good. Let's use a few more. I want to use this little guy. This is the size I use often for like the eyes for Minecraft and like the details. So I want to do a couple little blocks. So usually when I do the Minecraft mouth, I'll do that. Yep, not bad. All right, let's do, I want to do the filbert, and I want to try the flora brush, and then I want to try the liner brush, like the small liner, and then the round. So let's do filbert. Rinse that out. Yeah, that's a great size filbert. I'm liking these. All right, let's try out a flora brush. My little rinse well is gurgling. I'll have a link down below with the discount code for these if you guys want to try them. And my rinse well is always in my Amazon store too. If you guys haven't seen me use this before, it's what I use on the job as well as when I'm practicing. So I love my rinse well. Flora and petal brushes are really popular. So definitely curious how this one goes. So I'm going to load it up nicely with some white, and then we'll grab a second color here. Let's just grab a dark purple. Get that loaded up on about 3/4. Oops, about 3/4 high. And then if you're going to be good about loading them, do the very, very tip, and some black can really help so that you have a nice triple loaded brush. All right, where do I have some room? Let's go this way. My paint's a little dry. The shape is good. My white's dry. I don't know if that's my white or the brush. Let me switch white and let's try it again. My white does seem a little odd. I wonder if I have a different. Let's try this one more time. It seems very dry, and I'm not really sure why. Again, I haven't painted for a few weeks, but it's not that old. It doesn't look nice because I use it so much, but I replaced this, so it shouldn't be old. So let's try it again. If we get a weird result this time, I will go grab a fresh white from my stock, and we'll try it a third time because I definitely want to make sure that we're giving this a good try. So this time I'm just gonna clean off the tip a little bit and then do our second load here. See how much brighter it is when you clear off. I don't know if you guys can really see that very well, but when you actually clear off the paint and load these properly, it's a lot better. I tend to be kind of a fast, lazy painter, so I take a lot of shortcuts, but that doesn't mean you guys should. All right, let's try this again. Oh, see, that's much better. I think it was my white. I wonder what's wrong with my white. Yeah, that is so much creamier and better. So, okay, so yeah, that's so much better. It wasn't the brush, it was my white in that cake. So I need to replace that because I just wasn't getting a good creamy consistency, which makes a big difference when you're painting with any brushes. They could be the most expensive brushes in the world or the most affordable brushes in the world. If you don't have good consistency and good practice and skill, you're not going to get a good result. So that is very important. Glad we tried that again. Let's try the mini one. See how the mini goes. Oh yeah, that's cute. Yeah, that's a good brush. Good size, good for kids, faces. And if you guys haven't seen, I have a flora and petal brush video that shows all the different ways to use these and the different cool little tricks to getting like rounder, smaller petals. If you hold it vertically, you get more of a round. If you really push down on them, you get like a longer square look. I'm running out of paint, so but you can get a lot of different variety out of a flora and a petal brush. I love doing those little feathery shapes, are like one of my favorite things to do. And I have a whole video on flora and petal brushes. These are good flora brushes, so that is encouraging. This guy looks like just a big old fat petal brush. Of all of them, this is one that I probably wouldn't use on the job much. We'll go ahead and load it up, but this is not a brush that I would reach for. It says it's a number 10 round. There might be something specific you'd use this for, but this is not something I'd reach for. You could absolutely load this up as a petal brush. It's that shape. Otherwise, if you try to use this as a round, you're gonna get just really big fat teardrops. So depending on what you're doing, if it's like angel wings or something, this could be good. But this is just not a size that I typically use on the job for face painting, so probably wouldn't gravitate towards that one so much. The smaller, same thing, the 6 is bigger than a traditional 6, so this would make for a good petal brush. Or if you want bigger, thicker teardrops, it would work for that too. We'll go ahead and demo it so you guys can see it in case you are interested. All right, let's do some teardrops with this size too. Makes a nice teardrop, and again, the tip is very pointy. So that's kind of nice. I wonder what a reverse. Oh, see, that just totally looks like a floral brush. Not easy to do a reverse teardrop with it, but the teardrop was quite nice because it has such a thin and sharp tip. So that one might come in handy a little bit more than the extra large one. Let's try the 2 rounds from this. I don't think I need to try just the flat 1/2 inch because I tried the other 2 1/2 inches. I think we're going to get the same result, but I want to try these 2 potential liner brushes. So let's start with the bigger one. This is the 4, and I'm going to pick up some black just right out of my slip cake. All right, so let's play around with this. Do some dots in the center of our flowers, and then let's get some, see if we have some arm left to do some line work. Well, that's actually quite nice, isn't it? Again, I've said it with a few of these, but they go to like, look at that, how fine that tip is. It is so sharp. So it really allows you to get nice swirls. It's like the pointed round from the face painting shop. Pretty impressed by that. So the number 4 out of this that I actually can really see myself using. A lot of these I can. So I think so far, this is like a really, really nice, affordable set. If you're just looking for extra brushes in your kit, if you need brushes for like your waterproof paints, or if you're starting out, it's a really nice little kit. All right, let's do the small one. This is the zero, it says 00. So this is their really, really fine liner brush. All right, let's go ahead and line some stuff out. This is, I mean, a pretty basic small brush. I don't see myself using this over some of my other ones, but it seems fine. There is like one little straggly bristle that isn't affecting my lines, but I can see it. One straggly bristle out of all of those brushes though is not so bad, and it is like when I get my paint loaded up, it's going back into shape. It's just once it gets really dry, it starts to pop out. And if you're an artist and a painter, you know that's pretty typical. Sometimes it's just chance, and that happens, but for the most part, it's a perfectly fine little liner brush. Also comes to a really, really, really fine point. So overall, I think this is a successful demo. All right, so my final review is that these are a really good option. I purchase a lot of my face painting supplies from Amazon to this day and have for years. These brushes are affordable. You get 11 brushes, which is pretty crazy. I've spent the same amount of money on one brush as you would spend on all of these. So if you're looking to add to your kit or you're brand new to face painting and you want some brushes to start out with, these are a good option. The company did give me a coupon code, so I will put that down below as well as a link to these brushes. So go check them out. Let me know if you have any questions and suggestions for videos coming up. Always happy to help you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.